Indeed.
Okay. So much to continue exploring.
Yes.
I should have hit the resume expedition button before I did that, because it always takes a while the first time. Maybe next
Yeah.
time I'll remember that. So, Giant Steep, I've got at least most of the stuff there. I've still got to get to the heart of it, which that's going to be interesting to figure out. Quantum Moon had some interesting things to pursue further. I think the Hourglass Twins is my next port of call.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a lot there still to figure out and find. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see the thing drop down? I don't know that it actually happens. Which, to be fair, it kind of shouldn't. Because if it was being processed as a physics object, it would need to basically be scripted to fall in such a way that it would actually make it through the current.
Mm.
I don't know what that way is, so it might be trivial for them to do that, but I'm going to assume that it's not trivial, and just dropping a hunk of space debris into it is not going to get it where it needs to be.
Yeah, I don't know if, well, I don't know, A, if it's scripted or physics object, or even if it just is at its final location from the very beginning and they just hide it by having that side face away from you. But I
That is
do
my
know
guess.
some other trivia that I will share with you once you have actually made your way beneath the current.
Crash into the thing. Sorry, I want to try and catch up. Find that. Yeah, whatever. I don't need to deal with that probe.
Yeah, I'll say it is possible to catch up to it.
Oh, I'm sure it is, because it's a processed physics object like everything else is.
Yes, and you accelerate and it does not.
Yes. So I need to make sure to catch up to it and then stop.
That is probably the best landing site you could have picked, given what you haven't explored yet.
Yeah, I figured that based on the what is that I saw.
Yes.
No, not you. Frequency unidentified. It's there. Distress beacon. Escape for 2. That's going to be fun to look out for more of those around the place. Let's Yep. Gravity.
We need status reports for all systems, but initial things first. Is everyone unharmed? Our escape pod's passengers are afraid, but physically well, Winona. Everyone survived the crash. This is a relief, at least. You have my gratitude. Burr, were you able to find the other escape pod's distress signals? I can hear both signals somewhere in the star system, but I don't believe either escape pod crashed on the same planet as us.
They've come from some other system, seemingly. Stasis chamber, perhaps? That is quite a lot of them, if that's the case.
Alert, collision imminent, preparing for impact.
Thanks, yeah.
Begin flight log. Escape pod 2. Vessel has been mortally injured. Emergency sequence activated. Awaiting departure from vessel.
Mortally injured. That's an interesting phrase to use for a vessel.
Launching escape pod 3. Now launching escape pod 2.
Interesting. Collision imminent.
Scanning external environment. Scan complete. External temperature is prohibitively high. Verdict: inhospitable. Do not seek shelter on planet surface.
Noted. Is that this planet? I suppose it is Ember Twin.
Heat from the star system's sun is more bearable below the surface. When our escape pod punctured this planet's surface, it broke into what scans show is a cave system with much cooler air. I would recommend we seek a site down there to build a long-term shelter, Anona, but these passages are a maze.
Of course they are.
Even with this danger, they are still our best chance for survival. We'll form teams and descend into the caves to look for a shelter site. We can mark our findings on the walls to avoid becoming irreversibly lost.
Alright.
Be cautious, everyone. And be aware of the sand as you search. It appears to be rising gradually.
Yeah. Let's get a bit of light on the situation. I'm glad that creates a pretty decent amount of light.
Yes.
It's very useful. Emergency escape hatch. Useful.
Keep moving, friends. There is nothing of interest at the end of this passage but rocks. And while these rocks are interesting, they can wait until a less urgent time.
Rather.
Do not follow this tunnel to its end. Coleus and I will examine the horror that lies at its terminus later, provided we live through this.
Ghost matter is my guess. I was just wondering, are the Zonai aware of ghost matter?
We have found an enormous cavern at the end of this passage and appears promising. I believe we could construct long-term shelter there. The cavern Malore found is a wise choice for shelter. Could one of you mark directions for the others to follow? This is the start of the path to the shelter site. I've left directions to guide you there. Of note, we must hurry as the pathway there is filling with sand. Do not allow yourself to be buried by sand, and make sure no one is lost.
Yep, figured that would be the case. I was also... wouldn't have been surprised if the second bit of text in the chain was no.
Of note, this passage leads to breathable air. Refill your supply tank there. We cannot tell how far or deep these tunnels may wind, but do not linger, as the area is exposed to the heat of this alien sun.
Okay. I will quickly make my way through this and see if there's anything of note. Breathable air.
Refill your air supply tank and return quickly.
Very pretty.
Yes. So the planets in Outer Wilds, most of them are actually modelled after the appearance of national parks from various places in America.
Ah, nice. That's
Which
fair.
ties in quite nicely with the outdoor expedition camping themes surrounding space travel.
Yeah. Nothing around there. Sand. And not dinosaur.
Path to the shelter site is somewhat convoluted, so follow the instructions ahead closely.
Great. Step 1. Land on the correct platform.
Yes. To reach this shelter site, walk forward until you meet the sandfall at the pit, then turn left. Continue to the room filled with rock column formations and climb upward through the opening above them.
Okay, so forward until sandfall, left, upward through the rock columns. There. One.
The sand here is rising, so you must be cautious but swift.
Ah. No text to translate about here.
Be cautious crossing the chasm ahead. The bridge Malore and I crafted will do its job, but it isn't strong.
Yep.
Once on the far side, look for the tunnel hidden behind the falling sand. Follow it, and you'll reach the shelter side.
Can I just walk safely through that? I can indeed.
You're doing well. There's only a little farther left to go now until you reach the shelter side. You can rest there. Hurry, before the sand comes.
Look at the path taken to get here. Little bit convoluted, could be worse. Getting quite close to the South Pole as well. Hey, let's open that door so I can get out quickly when I need to. I'm assuming will eventually be the case. Nope, this is actually the place I'm after.
Welcome to the Sunless City.
Yeah, that'll do it. First of all, what's up this way?
This is amazing. Look inside the cave. How did this come to rest here? We haven't encountered others in these caves. I think this is a rare find.
Quantum stone, I believe.
From what we can see, Coleus and I believe the specimen must be very old indeed. Imagine what we might learn if we could examine it. We both agree it's unlikely this dry planet is this horror's place of origin, especially considering what we observed during the vessel's evacuation.
Maybe not.
Clearly this hole is too small for it to have fit through. Hypothesis. There is another entrance to this cave. If there is, Coleus and I will find it. We can't leave valuable information undiscovered. An update. We need to find a way inside quickly, Malore, because when I returned here to search for an entrance to the cave, there were children playing on the specimen.
Okay. Interesting. That goes quite far down. Let's see if I can get that out there. Well, that's curious. I hope I find that before too long. Is the yellow trace the path the scout took?
Yes.
Oh. I'm at the South Pole, so Coriolis effect. Yeah, that's cool.
Physics!
Oh yeah. Makes things fun. Let's not fall down into the endless abyss of I don't know what. What's all this?
3. Anglerfish Overlook District. 2. Stepping Stone District. 1. High Energy Lab Trailhead. 4. Eye Shrine District.
Ah, That one's going to be rather high priority to get to. Not yet, though. I still have lots of stuff to look around at before I press random buttons.
Should we build the sun station to power the Ash Twin project?
Yes?
I almost can't comprehend this is being suggested seriously. The purpose of the sun station goes against every standard we hold ourselves to and everything we believe in as a species.
What?
Unsurprisingly, Idea, I disagree. We're pushing a possible new technology further than ever before. That, in my experience, is the defining characteristic of our species. If we fail, and the probability of this is not insignificant, we will without question destroy ourselves, all life here, and the rest of the star system. I wish to protect these species.
Is that why the sun's going boom? Did they really mess up by Sun Station?
The potential annihilation of an entire star system is too severe a cost. We shouldn't build the sun station, no matter how badly we want the knowledge that comes with it.
Or perhaps it's the other way around, and the Sun Station would be the only thing that would stop the sun from going boom, like all the others are.
Fear of failure is a poor reason not to try. I believe, if we're cautious, the sun station will work. I believe in Pi. Poke, I'm deeply honored. Idea, I comprehend your position. However, if we aren't all but certain the sun station will not cause destruction once we've built it, then I won't support the station's use.
Okay.
Are there other ways to generate this level of power? Theoretically, yes. Practically, no. I can't imagine discovering them in our lifetimes. I understand this proposal is unsettling, but the sun station must be built if we hope to complete the Ash Twin project.
Great. I love the designs that the text creates.
Yes.
Is there to go? Or where is it there to go? Yep, come on. Help.
Almost.
Ah yes, sand, my favourite. Let's investigate down here first.
Yeah, I would
Crash
just
there.
recommend, rather than exploring entirely in the dark, there is a bank of switches that you were looking at a moment ago.
I suppose that makes sense, yeah. Let's push the random buttons then. Hey, see now. That's... Thank you, Isaac. Oh, and turns on gravity generators as well. I'm not much mistaken. Well, that does go up further. Will the scroll there to be collected? Hello.
Anglerfish Fossil Overlook, which is where you came from.
Yep. Quite a few of them about. Quite a lot of them about. Seems this was one of the, well, if not the major settlement of them in the system. That, more text. Yes. Presumably a bed or something of that sort for them. not brand myself on spikes.
Yeah.
Something through there that's going to be interesting to get to. Probably from down below. Nope, that's just sand falling on a cactus. These.
So you have seen those before?
Yes, I know. Hence me remarking one of these. Not
Oh,
what
sorry,
is,
I thought you
what
said
is
what.
this. Sorry.
Yep.
I do try to speak clearly, but there's only so much I can do that. The sand comes. Joy. Let's see where this takes me.
Up.
Up indeed. Yep. Up. Let's try that again. What's this take me?
Gravity cannon.
Ah! My favorite. Where is that ghost number? There, which puts basically directly under me. Good enough. That's completely blocked off. What in there? Let's not.
No, congratulations, you just found the fast way back.
Yes, I did. So, find the gravity cannon and go through that hole that I never would have paid attention to.
Yes, and you had actually seen that room from the other side earlier, but were blocked by an inconvenient cactus.
Yeah, figures. Wants to see. Ooh, fun. Little hollow, dark bramble. You. But why are you pointing giant Steve?
oh,
Is that
also,
the moon? Yes.
Oh, also, something you asked earlier about, is there a way to blink? You might be able to blink by opening and closing your map.
Let's try that. Yes. Interesting.
Because you're looking away from your current viewpoint, and then back again.
Yeah, okay. Next question. What's this thing for? I suppose reading the text associated to it's probably a good place to start.
This planet sometimes, and only sometimes, has a moon. This is also of note. It disappears if no one is watching it. Isn't that a fascinating orbital characteristic?
Fascinating indeed.
This is my first time encountering a natural satellite with the ability to vanish when not being watched. We should study it. Or even better, we should travel there.
Probably a good plan, yeah.
I agree. Our first step would be determining a method to track this phantom moon so that we can always know where it is.
Somehow they managed to achieve that.
Given its reluctance to move or consciously observed, it might be a form of macroscopic quantum mechanics.
Okay.
I found your note, Malore. Kindly count me among this moon's admirers. What is happening when it disappears? I doubt it ceases to exist. Does it move to another location? I believe so. Not only does the moon appear around Brittle Hollow, I can confirm it sometimes orbits Timber Hearth as well.
Yes. Most curious. I'm wondering, because there was... Come on. Where are you? There you are. When I landed on it, it was around one of them. Yeah, thanks. And I expect that that symbol, which is the quantum moon, yeah, that checks out. Quantum moon in multiple locations. Yeah, that makes enough sense for me to stop questioning that. My guess is that there is different stuff to glean from it depending on what location it's in when I land on it.
That seems like a reasonable enough observation.
The other thing I want to do... It's not as set as I like. That's still not as set as I like. Let's try... That's better. Will that stop it moving? It seems that it is. That is sufficient. I suppose that's it, just there.
Yep, you are observing an image of it.
I am. And that is now gone. So if I try and figure out where it is... seems, I think, to have stopped it. Yes. Interesting. I have a remote control for the moon. That will become useful at some point, I'm sure. Maybe. I am running out of time. Useful. Ah, another scroll. Anyway, what is recording?
Chert's research notes. Property of Chert.
Nice to see you again, Chert. I'll hear from you. Come on.
Clearly, Denomai were making astronomical observations here. They chose an excellent spot. What is this big rotating device for? What was it Denomai were observing?
The quantum moon, obviously.
I'd posit there's something special about the orange symbol on that device. HAL and the new astronaut's translator tool would be nice to have handy about now.
They are indeed, yes. Let's grab this and see what they were talking about. That, put it down.
Quantum moon locator is functioning. We have markers for each of the places the moon goes. Anona, Burr, I just observed a quantum moon in orbit around Dark Bramble. You have keen eyes, my friend, so this moon travels to a total of 5 locations, not 4. I added a marker for Dark Bramble. I thought the locator now accounted for all of the Phantom Moon's locations, but sometimes the locator can't tell where the moon is. Perhaps there's a problem with the device?
Or perhaps there's a 6th location.
It's also possible there exists a 6th place in this star system to which the Phantom Moon travels.
The question is how to find it. spinning. I'm observing the locator, and it stopped. Curious. Yep.
Yeah. So the way the quantum mechanics actually get applied is when you look away from it, it moves to a new location where it remains until you observe it again.
And then look away again. Yes.
Yeah.
Is my ship underground? Under sand, that is.
Well, you didn't park it under an overhang, so it may have just been lifted up.
Might have.
If it got crushed, it would have disappeared from the HUD.
Yeah. It can be completely destroyed.
Oh yes.
Fun. Next project at some point. What is this? Seems interesting. Perhaps not. Oh yeah, ship's fine. Just take a look at the top of the Nomai structure here. Nomai ship, that crashed rather. I am a touch annoyed, I suppose, that the gravity is no higher now than it usually is, than it was when I arrived.
Maybe the particles are just extremely low density.
Sure, let's go with that. I suppose they move in totally physically plausible way.
Yeah, I think they said they modeled or had the idea for the transmitting matter from binary stars that send plasma back and forth between them at a much slower time scale.
Oh, of course. Ooh, heading that way this time. At some point, I will chase that all down and see where it ends up. But for now, I've got more to find from the Sunless City.
Indeed.
Where is it? That way is the sun. I appreciate the additional effects when you're flying through atmosphere at speed.
Yes.
Could very easily have missed it, and you wouldn't notice, and you wouldn't be concerned by it. Later. I'm curious. This is now that I know a little bit better how to figure that out. Gently, quickly down. Land it there, I think. Is this just power generation for the Sunless City? Is that effect? Or is this one of the warp pallets transmitters? Isn't even on the right plane to do that. Where's use the stone for that? Insects, because I feel like it. Appreciate the scratched surface on it.
Note, this door will need to remain closed for some time. Pi and I are running an experiment based on the extraordinary findings from the White Hole Station.
Convenient. I noticed that time is italicized, which is interesting.
An update. The High Energy Lab is now being used to design the Ash Twin project. If you're here to help, or even just to observe, be sure to use the Sunless City path to the lab.
Noted.
Raimi and I will be running this experiment until one of us, specifically me, can prove the other wrong. So although it's inconvenient, the lab currently can only be accessed by the path from the Sunless City.
Conveniently, I know where that is. Energy Lab. They broke the thing. What a shame. Sunless City.
Yep. And that leads to the pathway that you found earlier that is completely blocked with ghost matter.
Cool. Where is this one going to receive from, I wonder? Now that I know what this thing does. That one I arrived on the other day?
No, last time you went from the White Hole Station to Brittle Hollow.
Yeah. I got nice and close. Good to know if I want to catch up with that, it comes right through here. I think it's going to be a bit of a pain, but it's possible, I assume. Not the way I want to go into the place. Get back to my ship, because it would be the faster and safer way to get anywhere.
Indeed.
Don't die by flinging myself into rocks. General lack tip. Curious where the stone is for that. Proper name for which the skeleton.
Projection stone.
Thank you. I assume there's a projection stone that's supposed to be with it. Oh, now, where's that gravity cannon? Oh. Of course, it doesn't automatically refuel everything when I get inside. Now that I know this is here, which is wonderfully hidden, really
Yes.
appreciate it.
Yeah, there's a few things like that here where it's just a very fast shortcut to get somewhere that is almost invisible unless you know about it.
Yeah. The bridge to the pole. Yep. Let there be light.
Indeed.
Illumination. Because I'm blind. Did I just turn that off? I don't want
Yes.
it off. Ooh, I already missed the opportunity to get the interesting stuff from there?
There is interesting stuff all over the place, but you were too slow to get to the lowest doorway.
Yeah, figured. And I'm going to make the assumption that it is worth doing that if I have the opportunity. Next cycle.
Definitely. Also, you can use the labels on the lights to figure out what's where by turning sections on and off selectively.
Oh, true. So many stairs. They like their anti-gravity tech. I wish they used it more. What is this way?
We're meeting in the Fossil Fish Cave to play the game. If you're too big to climb through the Anglerfish Overlook hole, you'll have to go the long way, but it isn't far. Go to Stepping Stone Cave, then up and into the Fossil Fish Cave. I tried to get to the fossil fish through Stepping Stone Cave, but I couldn't find the entrance. Where is it?
The handwriting is incredibly messy.
Yes.
I appreciate
Remember
that
to
detail.
feed the fossil fish first. If you go to the Anglerfish Overlook and throw a bite into his mouth, he'll show you the way. Taggart can't fit through the Anglerfish Overlook hole anymore because he grew bigger. He's taller than Levi now. Who cares? Ilex is still tallest.
I'm glad they have children who have fun
Yes.
playing with platonic solids. Is that tetrahedron? Can only see the upper half of it, if so. Yep. I am a great flyer.
Are we playing the fossil fish game tonight? I fed the fossil fish a new lantern. If you go to Stepping Stone Cave, the entrance to the fossil fish cave is easy to see now. Gratitude, Solanum. It's good you're small enough to climb in through the hole at the Anglerfish Overlook. I'm still small enough. You won't be for long. Mum and Dad are tall, so you and I will be tall too.
That is generally how genetics works. It's a little model spaceship. I appreciate their commitments to the culture that they made.
Yes.
That to the outside? Or to somewhere that I don't... No, because
believe so.
that was the high energy lab is where I was previously.
Yes, I think you can get to the other side of that door by exploring the rest of the caves here.
Yeah. This is now of course. My timing was just terrible previously.
And that's where you came through the first time.
Yes. Which then gives me the Anglerfish Overlook.
Indeed.
Good shot. Ooh, very good shot. That says nothing expected. Stepping stone. Let's go. Jeez. is this the way through?
So the lights you turned off were a little bit lower than this.
That's correct, but that doesn't necessarily mean that this isn't where I want to be. Probably is not.
There is a door that has now been completely submerged. That was about halfway
Yeah, not
when
surprised.
you last looked at it.
That, presumably?
Yeah, about there.
No, what's this way?
The,
Have I been this way?
yes. But yeah, you explored this layer. You didn't fully explore the layer above, I don't think. And there is still the Ice Shrine District, which you haven't been to yet.
True, which was this way. See, ghost matter crystals? Yeah, bad idea. Not able to go that way just yet. Sand. No scrolls or anything like that around here that I can see. That's somewhere I wanted to go. That's the floor is lava. Ow. Ooh, I am running out of oxygen there. Yeah, I'm not going to try that at all, because that's just going to get me killed. But the floor is lava instead. Yeah.
Ooh, lucky.
Yeah. Oh, and there's oxygen now.
Just in time. Be welcomed in this place. This shrine is a space to reflect on what brought us to this star system, the signal from the Eye. We observed the Eye's signal in our travels, and followed it here to find its source. What we know is this. The source of the signal, which we have chosen to call the Eye of the Universe, is older than this universe itself. The rest we have yet to learn.
Thanks.
Enter, and open your mind to its possibilities. If the Eye called to us, why won't it reveal itself? Why is it so difficult to locate it? Did something happen to it? Did the signal stop? Does the Eye no longer desire to be found? Perhaps this isn't the Eye's choice. The Eye may not be able to communicate with us more than it already has.
Perhaps.
Is the Eye natural or artificial? Maybe someone built it. The Eye is older than the universe itself. How could something exist before its creator?
That assumes it was created by the universe.
It could be naturally occurring, but this doesn't answer how the Eye could be as old as it is.
Just appreciating the text. But very nice.
Did the Eye deliberately call out to us by sending the signal? Or did we hear the signal by coincidence? We could be seeing meaning where there is none. Suppose the signal was produced incidentally. Does that mean the Eye is any less important, though? Perhaps the Eye wanted to be found. Could it be sentient? Maybe it chose us. Does the eye desire something from us? Could it need us in some way? Maybe it doesn't have to be us.
Probably not, seeing as you're all dead and I'm the one here. Does sunlight shine through here at some point in the day?
It does if you want to wait a few minutes.
Not particularly. Explore a little bit further and come back in a moment.
Yep, I will say
I
that
will not
sand
explore
acts as a
further.
one-way gate. You cannot play up through it.
Then I shall sit and meditate on the eye. What were they thinking? Wait. Nope, I can't stop there. The sand comes
Yes.
at an alarming rate.
Yeah, I don't know if the timing's gonna line.
Yep, I will come back here another day. And hopefully I haven't left it too long. Yeah. Gravity cannon. Is there anywhere convenient I can get to from here? Probably not. In which case I should get out while I still have air and space above my head.
Yes. Both very important.
That is now buried, so it cannot be activated. Let's go take a quick look at Ashton while it's empty and I have little better to do.
It can be a bit tricky to get up once you're down below, so you may want to land on one of the outcroppings.
I mean, I'm wanting to check out what's low, so...
Well, yeah, true.
Yep. Not that. Let's record that. Noting this. Have I been off that? To some extent. That's a very, mildly terrifying view, that one.
Yes.
What's it about? Ow. Ash Twin Project is the name of the thing, isn't it?
Yes.
So it is presumably this one that is the more significant for it. Can I get inside before that thing comes past again? Where does this take me? Do I have a chance for it to take me anyway? I do! Where am I? Where am I? Brittle Hollow. Okay, I haven't been to Brittle Hollow before. Yeah! This will be Black Hole Station. Gravity projector caught me. Thank you. Much appreciated. Tower of Quantum Knowledge. Where are we? That's one, which is just right here. Hello, Albeck.
Oh, you launched. That's great. Great job. You. Wow, I guess that means I've been out here a while, huh? Well, this is Brittle Hollow, but you probably knew that.
Surprisingly didn't for a bit, but yes, thank you.
Lot of history here. It's great.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to see the Hanging City. It's always been my dream to see it with my own 4 eyes, ever since I was a hatchling. An alien race lived in this solar system long before our species even existed. How could I not want to see what their civilization was like?
Yes, indeed.
Only... You've probably heard the others say it, right? I'm afraid of space. Seriously, I'm more surprised than anybody that I'm out here.
Well done.
Do you want to know how I even got this far? I fell. Tripped over a gravity crystal. It's dumb luck I landed somewhere my little scout says is halfway stable instead of being sucked into what's below.
Yes.
I'm gauging the stability of the ground around me using my little scout, and this seems to be the place with the best surface integrity, so I'm just going to stay here until I'm ready to move on. But that's enough about me and my problems. You didn't come all this way to listen to me blabber, did you? Huh, that'd be, yeah.
I mean, I did come here. At least the last 25 meters to speak to you. I have learned many a thing.
Oh, cool. What is it?
I saw the Sunless City on Embertwin.
You mean there's another Nomai city inside of Embertwin? That's incredible. A whole city and I had no idea it existed. This is great.
And you won't again in about 10 minutes.
How do they keep the sand out? If it were me, I'd be nervous about getting buried in the caves by that awful river of sand. Gosh, to know my sure we're a genius building an entire settlement underground. The Sunless City, wow.
Yeah, still don't know about how they got the sand out.
It means there were 2 groups of Nomai. One that lived in Unbetween, and one that lived here on Brittle Hollow. But I must have travelled around the solar system, since Nomai writing can be found on other planets too.
Yeah, it seems there was quite a lot they were working on. I wonder if they had any particular interaction with Dark Bramble before it got, you know... where should I explore here?
Oh wow, where shouldn't you explore here? Not the black hole, actually, that's very known.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, because the most exciting stuff is all below the crust, including the Hanging City. That's just to the north. You can kinda see it from here.
Yes, I started there and then very quickly wasn't.
There's also this big dome on the South Pole called the Southern Observatory. You can't get inside from the surface, trust me, I tried. But if it's like the rest of the Nomai structures here, probably a path to it beneath the crust somewhere.
Yep, definitely want to get there before long.
Good luck with exploring. If you learn anything about the Nomai, I'd love to hear it. If it's not too much trouble.
I will gladly come and tell you the same 3 bits of information time after time after time. Just kidding. Oh, that's going to be dull. Something. Saw the Hanging City on Brittle Hollow, which is where we are. Almost.
Well, no, you saw it for all of 5 seconds before you jumped and fell into the void.
Because gravity being what it was. Yeah. Anyway.
You visited the Hanging City? Oh gosh, how was it? Was it amazing? Was it beautiful? Was it scary?
Those are my exact thoughts in that order, in that time span.
The Hanging City is where the Nomai settled permanently on Brittle Hollow. It was the most advanced settlement here.
I'll be glad to
Why they
look at
chose
them.
to build their most advanced settlement so close to a you-know-what is beyond me. Maybe that kind of thing makes sense to a Nomai though? Maybe they needed the black hole for something?
that checks out. Anything more to explore?
Yeah, what are you doing? You haven't done yet.
Yeah.
Me? I'm an archaeologist, remember?
No.
Or the archaeologist, I guess. Seeing as I'm all Timber half Scott right now.
Right now, you're Brittle Hollow's archaeologist.
Brittle Hollow is rich with Nomai history. That's why I'm here. This planet is an absolute treasure trove of culture, history, and science. If you have any questions about the Brittle Hollow Nomai, I'm your half here. Or, I have some knowledge of them, I mean, so maybe I can help.
Might be helpful if you had a translator. You can't have mine.
Hmm.
See you later. I'm going to refuel that while I have the opportunity. Alright, let's try not to fall off into the nightmare. Inside Out Planet. Very interesting choice. That was the power of quantum knowledge. We're about to go a little bit boom. There are many signals in that direction. Sure. Let's see what's down. Whitehall Station. I assume.
Yes.
Well, let's get here while I have the opportunity. Gravity. How thoroughly have I explored this thing?
You explored all of the inside, and I don't believe there's anything of note on the outside.
I mean, Whitehall.
Yeah, there's more stuff in the area, but I'm not going to point you towards it until you figure out where things are.
Yeah. Nice to finally watch that in full. Without a
Yes.
planet in the way and all. Bye-bye, ship. Takes a while out here.
Yep.
Takes quite a while out here.
Yeah, that's the furthest piece of solid ground you can stand on.
Yeah. So,
So, what's your plan?
anglerfish. Quickly. I love that you're just standing looking up
Yes,
and can
it's
just
a
immediately
very
start walking around even before you look around.
yes, it's a very convenient way to have you be sleeping. Most people actually don't notice that for quite a while. The fact that you wake up and you're already standing up, just looking at the sky. Because you just don't think about it. You're just like, okay, yeah, I'm awake, and I look up, and off I go. And it also has the dual purpose of, well, if you wake up standing up, then you're seeing the probe cannon explode as the first thing.
Well, looking up certainly makes sense one way or the other. Let's not crash into ash.
Neil.
Where's that grapple cannon? Still a little bit this bit down.
Right below you.
Let's
So,
rotate.
I believe it's on the other side of the planet from your current position.
Yeah, it's not far.
Yeah, there it is. I was like, with the way that Cliff Edge is shaped, you could almost park your ship on top of the hole and just drop straight into it.
Probably not the safest option, because if I mess that up, I could more or less soft lock myself.
Yeah.
That's blocked off.
So the heights of the light switches also correspond to their heights within the chamber.
What? Anglefish. Start by opening that up. So let's send the light down the anglefish. I should have let that go. That was actually working out pretty well. Da-da-da-da. There's no sand at all down here to start with.
The high energy lab.
Change of priorities. I want to go this way first. I didn't like this area, did I?
You can recall your scout if you want.
I can, but I'd rather actually turn the lights on properly.
Oh no, the area is lit up.
Oh, okay.
If it wasn't, then the big symbol on the top of the door wouldn't be.
Yeah, sure. I'll just follow the glowy cable. Figure out if there's anything else to find later. Anything down there?
Not really.
Yeah. Me.
Yes.
Yeah. Do I have to wait for this to fill up so that I can just walk through?
Yeah. The combination of falling sand and cactus means you can't fly unless you get a significant speed boost.
Which I'm sure I can if I'm really determined. I'm just not. That looks reminiscent to what I'm saying on the other side of the anglerfish. I just don't have a reference of where it is exactly. Physics. Continuation of physics. Avoid the spikies. Alright, step 1. Get up high enough that I can feed the anglerfish.
You may want to get oxygen refill from the switchboard.
Switchboard is where?
Up.
Up.
And behind you.
Obliged.
A little bit further so you get in range of the trees.
That'll do it.
There you go. That's where you came in.
Two on the door. That one?
Yep.
Too much speed, not enough attention. I have
Yep.
spent
So
too much
the
time
Stepping Stone District was the second lowest door.
Yep. One.
Yep. And there is also a little bit off to your left there. I don't recall how much. That may just be the sand escape route. Oh, yeah, no, you've been here.
Anyway, let's make my way down and through here. My ship, more or less, apparently. Stone cave. I mean, sorry, not in theory. Could absolutely get through here without illuminating it. Okay, need to really come to that. Yes, I assumed as much.
Whoever it was when we ended last time is the anglerfish.
Whoever was it, yeah, okay.
Oh, so yes, sorry, whoever was it. Rule change: the anglerfish now has to wear a blindfold and do not peek.
With that thing nearby, wearing a blindfold does not sound like a safe idea.
Why are we changing it? It's too hard if you can't see anything. Aunt Pie says real anglerfish are blind, so you have to wear a blindfold. The rule stands. Rule update. It's okay if younger kids don't wear the blindfold when wear it. The rest of us will still wear it for scientific accuracy and to make the game more even. The rest of us, the little fish, line up against one wall. When the anglerfish says go, the little fish sneak across to the other side. If the anglerfish catches you, you're eaten. Last little fish to be caught is the new anglerfish. The old anglerfish gives the new anglerfish the blindfold and becomes a little fish.
Fun. Gravity well. Start by remembering that I have very low fuel, and so wasting it on stuff like that is a bad idea.
Well, if you wait long enough, the sand will lift you up.
I would rather not make use of that if I don't have to. Gotcha.
Nicely done. Anglerfish study.
That's for no reason.
An update.
Let's
Malore,
not do
while I
an
was here
update.
making... The long growth protruding from its head is bioluminescent. Perhaps it used this growth to attract prey? A lure?
It is still bioluminescent. However long it's been, it is still glowing.
Visually, the specimen appears to be of the same species as the anglerfish in Dark Bramble. We don't believe it originated from this planet.
anglerfish and dark bramble. Are they still there, or are they, drifting in space?
This anglerfish's digestive tract suggests it's death by starvation.
Okay.
I'm entirely... Wait,
sorry,
you missed
update.
the update. Yeah, an update. Malore, while I was here making sketches of the anglerfish, I observed the children I saw earlier playing here again. They've added a rule to their game that incorporates our research. It's wonderful!
I'm so glad the scientists aren't objecting to the kids playing.
Yes. I'm entirely delighted. It's never too early to appreciate biology.
While technically true, that's not the point I'd take from it. Anything over that side? Doesn't look like there is. Does this still open? It does.
Yep, and that's the broken one you found earlier. I think.
Whoa.
Nope, that's an entirely different broken one.
What?
There are many broken doors on this planet.
Are there many broken doors on not this planet?
Yes. These things tend to happen when left to the elements for thousands of years.
Yeah. Figured as much. I will go back via my ship so that I can have some fuel. And... I'll head back to Timber Hut, I think. Sorry, Whittle Hollow. Words. Ooh. Where be Brittle? Can of course put it on my map, but where's the fun of that? It would also help to actually make sure I'm in orbit.
Yes.
What?
Oh yeah, you didn't actually identify Ryback's signal when you were
no,
next
I
to
didn't.
them earlier.
A little more speed than I'm wanting.
No.
Let's try and kill that. Quite a bit clustered together as well, I notice. Yes. Oop. Not to drop my ship into the black hole. That sounds like a bad plan.
Yeah.
Sounds like a more interesting plan is landing right here. Thing, I have fuel. What is you? Firstly, you is great big quantum crystal. Power shard. Let's go. Good signal on those things.
Yes.
The planet is falling apart, isn't it?
That would seem likely.
Great. Right.
Plume, Felix, and I have determined that this atypical shard of rock is the reason objects in this grove are behaving in a quantum manner. Of note, a unique signal is coming from this shard. Curiously, our friend the Wandering Moon sounds the same.
Okay. Yes, I've noticed.
I've also heard the same signal this shard produces, calling out from Giant's Deep, Timber Hearth, and the Hourglass Twins. Suppose there are other shards like this one.
There are, yes, I found a few of them.
The only other object we've observed displaying this quantum behavior is the Wandering Moon. I imagine the moon's behavior and this groves are related.
Seems that this is from relatively early in their explorations of the concept.
In her note from earlier, Felix mentions this strange type of rock isn't found elsewhere on Brittle Hollow. What if it isn't originally from this planet?
That's a more curious question.
Hypothesis. This quantum shard is from the wandering quantum moon. Perhaps it is even a small piece of the moon itself.
That's quite what I wanted to do. And looks like the quantum moon's right nearby. Love the texture of the quantum rock.
Yes, it's...
I'm saying stuff like that quite a lot. I really like this game. It is
Yes.
beautiful and very well made. General
Yes.
statement. Allow that to stand for basically anything. Also worth noting, going to map didn't make this thing shift while I was standing there. What is you?
The trees are moving! The trees in this grove wander about freely. The entire plant, roots and all. This is not normal, even for this alien planet. And I never see them move. Is that even possible?
Early days.
If anyone else witnesses this disturbing behavior, I implore you, record your observations here. Either these trees are aberrant, or my brain must be.
Can it not be both?
Alarmingly, it isn't only the trees. There is other matter in this area, such as that unusual shard of rock, moving in the same eerie way.
You think you'd notice the rock first?
That rock is unusual for another reason too. Thatch, is that another reason too, Thatch? It possesses color and texture I've never seen elsewhere on this planet. Hypothesis. This rock shard's presence is significant. We should study it. Could it be what is causing other nearby objects to also move about this area?
Probably.
Plume is right, the trees do move. I confess I didn't notice until I read his notes.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have either. The shard, however, I'm usually expecting to move. Next question, is there anything... What did you do to my ship?
A fun glitch that can happen, well, sort of glitch that can happen sometimes is if you land your ship in precisely the wrong spot, the act of entering it and making your viewpoint shift, or sitting in your seat and making your viewpoint shift, causes the rock to move, and it spawns inside the ship, instantly destroying it.
And you along with it, I suppose.
Yes. Beneath your feet lies the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. If you are preparing to make your first pilgrimage to the Quantum Moon, descend the steps to the entrance below. The knowledge held within will help you on your journey.
Useful. Anything else around this area? Top, that is.
Well, you can fire your scout. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you can fire your scout through the window.
I can also fire it up. Get a bunch of look. That has gone an awfully long way. That is still going up.
Yes.
Yep, now it's coming down. Anyway. Surface integrity, not good.
Yes.
Let's see how far I can get through this place before everything goes kablooey again. And preferably not fall off into the black hole. Please. Bad things. Well, inconvenient things. What is you? Direction change on the elevator. Fuck. Figured that's what it would be. Entrance to the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. Southern Observatory. Wander this way a little bit. I will not wander that way a little bit. Ah, I am falling.
Yes.
I am fallen.
Yes.
Ow.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you get compressed through a black hole with a ton of rocks at the same time, some interesting things can happen.
You would think the ton of rocks shouldn't be much of a deciding factor on that.
Physics is just a little bit skewed.
A little bit fictional,
Yes.
but consistent.
Yes.
Where is that? I can't activate my map because I am not in my spacesuit. So where is that probe heading towards? Just idle observation, I don't plan to follow it.
Yes.
Where that way would. Not quite sure. Make sure I don't crash immediately back into the planet. Is the lantern safe to land on at any point? I mean, there's a couple of rocks that don't look like they're on fire.
So there is one location on the moon that does become safe to land on at some point.
Yep, but doesn't start as such. There's actually quite a lot here, now that I've arrived at a time when half the surface isn't missing.
Yes.
Sure, let's land here. Distress vehicle, of course. Escape pod 1. Is that anything in itself or just the beacon?
Just the beacon.
This on the hand.
Is everyone unharmed? No one was badly injured from the escape pod's impact. We're incredibly fortunate. This is good news, at least. Have we heard from Escape Pod 2 or Escape Pod 3? No, I'm unable to make contact. My equipment can hear the other two escape pods' distress signals, however. If it's any comfort, both pods must be structurally intact.
Within certain tolerances.
I'll continue calling for them. My gratitude, if we can... Thatch, the moon is approaching again.
Is that the quantum moon or the lava moon?
Everyone brace yourselves, swiftly, the volcanic moon has returned.
Question answered.
Be cautious of falling ash and debris.
I'm appreciating the paused time.
I believe the moon has passed.
What?
Time doesn't pause when you move to the next page because it needs to translate it.
Okay. So it unpauses for a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, this planet doesn't appear eager to have guests. We are certainly unwelcome on its surface.
Yep.
We need to find shelter, and quickly. The volcanic moon won't be gone for long.
Curious that that's the way they put it. Anyway.
I observed several promising sites below the surface, but we'll need to construct a way for everyone to climb safely down this cliff. Perhaps we could build platforms?
Something like that. Oh. Yeah. All of those stasis pods. These are what I'm assuming they are. There's quite a few of them. About 100 on each side, thereabouts. For each of the 3 escape pods.
In-flight log. Escape pod 1. Vessel has been mortally injured. Emergency sequence activated. Awaiting departure from vessel. Launching escape pod 3. Launching escape pod 2. Now launching escape pod 1.
Reading the log from escape pod 2 didn't include the launching escape pod 1, I think?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the log from the main ship receiving the things, which is why it's going 3, 2, 1 is an interesting thought, but yeah, cuts off after it actually launches.
Alert. Collision imminent. Preparing for impact.
Yep.
Scanning external environment. Scan complete. Minor structural instabilities detected. Pockets of breathable air detected. Adequate solar energy detected. Verdict: hospitable.
Minor structural instabilities.
Yeah, they got a bit worse over the thousands of years since then.
Yeah, fair, but if structural instabilities of a planet on this scale, you would think that's going to start as a fairly major thing. What is you? Emergency escape hatch. Woo! And broke the platform. Great. My bad.
Yes, that's a lovely bit of just environmental tutorial, especially if you haven't noticed the black hole yet.
Yeah. Hey, in case you noticed, watch your step. See where this takes me.
And you can also use your scout to check stability of platforms, the same as the rock pieces.
Ooh.
Use caution. A black hole sleeps below. You must not slip.
Noted. It helps turn my flashlight on. What is that? Ah! 100% integrity, that's nice. That's less nice. Alright, what is you?
Of note, be sure not to wander far from here. Though this area is somewhat unstable, it's safer than any we've found so far. The temporary settlement is finished, but remember to be cautious of falling rocks and dust created by meteor impacts.
Noted. Huh, that's, quite the pathway. I want to see what happens to this. It's something of interest. Find that again eventually. Ooh. It's pretty and glowing. I want to know what it does. Different.
This knowledge is too dear to lose. Here is everything we can recall about the signal we encountered while aboard the vessel.
Yeah.
The signal looked like an eye, round, with a circle at the center, much like a pupil. Suppose the signal was looking for something.
Signal.
The signal was older than the universe itself. This is the most significant detail. No Nomai clan has ever encountered anything like it. How can anything in this universe be older than the universe itself?
Helps that the universe is a physics simulation run by a university student.
Imagine what rare and profound knowledge it might offer. We must find this eye of the universe.
Hold that. Yep. That. Just wanted to see if there was anything interesting to see by taking a picture of it. Nothing new, unfortunately. I might need to restart my game after this cycle. It's getting a little bit choppy.
Yes.
No matter. Let's see what is here.
My brother wasn't in Escape Pod 1 with us. Was he in Pod 2 or Pod 3? Was he able to board an escape pod at all? We sacrificed too much arriving here. I will not allow our clan's greatest loss to be in vain.
The environmental details 3. Thank you. Air is always appreciated. That is not. Bright light and interesting detail. Oop. That's their ship. Very interesting design. Received signal from the eye. Got caught up in a dark bramble. That's concerning. Sent off escape pods. One went to Hourglass Twins, one went here, and one went to, well, got caught in Dark Bramble. So great, there's a massive Nomai ship caught at the heart of Dark Bramble, presumably. This is going to explain all of that, I'm sure.
I can't understand. Why did the vessel crash in that place? Was the vessel unwell in some way?
They talk about the vessels like they're living.
No, Anona and I checked before the warp, and the warp core and navigation systems were both well.
Probably how they travel between stars, because light speed only gets
We
you so
warped
far.
to follow that. We warped to follow that curious signal from the eye of the universe. Where we arrived was wrong. It wasn't where we tried to go.
Why does that not surprise me?
Suppose it wasn't a problem with the vessel, but with our destination. I'm afraid for our friends in Escape Pod 3.
That'll be the ones that are still caught in, I'm assuming, Dark Bramble. Wait. Okay. Distress beacon over that way, that'll be Dark Bramble. Okay. It's someone playing some music. Where is anything else of note about here? Quantum fluctuations, particularly. Tower shard is down that way. That looks like it's going to be the underside of the thing. Get there, hopefully, before the path destroys itself. Oop. Gravity's a little bit wobbly.
Pain of your absence is sharp and haunting, and I would give anything not to know it. Anything but never knowing you at all, which would be worse. I can only hope that you are safe, Keek, wherever you are.
That's a really cool view. That's a really terrifying view.
Yep, that's the game.
Yeah, frankly. That's this planet in particular. Yeah, gravity cannon. Nice. Safely. Yeah. Let's see if I can put this off. Trying to fling myself to the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. Ow.
Well,
Yep.
you successfully flung yourself to
Ash.
the Tower of Quantum Knowledge.
And hey, at least I didn't merge with a hunk of rock as I came out of it this time.
Yes. There was one very inconveniently positioned section of wall. Like, if it were just a few meters higher or lower, you would have been caught in the gravity well.
Yeah. It's fine. Any controls in here that are worth observing since I'm out this way? Actually, no, missed the interloper by quite a way. Just thought I'd check that. Yeah, it'll be fun.
So there is the projection stone here that you can take with you back to Brittle Hollow.
Ah, because there's not a projector here.
No. And you do need to restart the rotation before the warp pad will work.
Right. Where do we do that again? Right here. I didn't want to take you out. And the up is on the other side. Cool visual effect to do it.
Yes.
Now, where is that projector?
So you got to, like, right here when you died last time.
Yep. What are you?
Feldspar spare jetpack fuel. It's annoying to schlep across the planet to the ship if I can't use my jetpack, so I'm leaving this here. I checked with my little scout. I do too use it, Hornfells, you burnt marshmallow. And the scout's integrity reading said this piece of Brittle Hollow is as stable as that, but who knows? If the fuel's still around, feel free to use it. If not, well, wherever you're reading this note, I'm sure you've got bigger problems.
Yeah. Sounds about right. First thing I want to do is find a projector to put this projection stone on. Teleportation! Explanation. Projection stone. Yeah, I'll read this first.
Raimi and I reviewed the records you sent, Oak, and they appear to show Nomai are arriving at the warp receiver on Brittle Hollow slightly before departing from the Whitehall station.
Arriving at the warp receiver on Brittle Hollow slightly before departing from the Whitehall station. Time travel, joys.
I understand it's exceedingly odd, but Clary and I have tested and retested the equipment, and the result is the same every time someone warps. The interval is incredibly minuscule, roughly 100,000th of a second. Do you suppose our instruments can't accurately measure time to such a small degree?
More likely measuring the distance, measuring time across that distance is going to mess things up.
As I've already told Raimi, these measurements can't be accurate. How can the Nomai arrive on Brittle Hollow before he or she ever stepped into the teleporter? The implications are absurd.
Ah, yes.
Oh, I don't disagree. It would mean I have inadvertently broken several fundamental theories regarding this universe. We would have to reconsider all our beliefs about the nature of time. Yes, I hope so too. Poke, as far as confident the reading is inaccurate, she's kindly helping me attempt to recreate this phenomenon at the High Energy Lab. We're designing an experiment to take more data. An update. Poke, the High Energy Lab is in the canyon on Ember Twins Equator. Come here at once. You need to see this.
Competing theories that they're trying to prove against each other. Shortly. Which is time being funky. Ember Twin. Ooh, nice and clear.
Yep, so you've already seen this projection pool.
Yep. Oh, that's why I couldn't keep going further. There's a wall. What else is there about here? Let's start.
To our friends on Brittle Hollow. I just warped here from the White Hole Station, on the other side of Brittle Hollow's black hole. Our design worked. We've successfully recreated warp travel.
Nice.
This is wonderful news. I can't wait to see the warp tower, although it's been a long time since I've jumped through a black hole. I don't know how close it is to Anona's original design, but as long as what we've built works, then I'm delighted. I knew we could do it. Kasaba, I hope you're reading this. Wait, this can't be correct. Clary, have you seen these readings? If they were accurate, they would violate causality. There must be an equipment error somewhere.
I love reading the different parts of the conversation and research chain, just coming in at different points of it.
Yes. I'm returning to the White Hole Station. If you en route meet me there, we can run a full diagnostic and hopefully locate the problem. Don't tell Kasaba.
Yes. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Okay.
There is a sign just there. Above the busted gravity well.
Oh. The Hanging City. Yep. That's what I expected. Oh, dropping it, am I? Very, very interesting, right?
Yep. I believe there's a little bit more to explore around here.
I don't fling myself off somewhere untenable.
Yeah, I think you've got everything from this building, but there is more in this section of terrain.
Such as North Pole, perhaps. Ooh, that gave me a lot more boost than I was anticipating.
Has anyone observed the phantom moon that sometimes greets us in the night sky? Your thoughts interest me.
Yes, we have in fact observed it.
I compliment your eyes. How do you imagine it disappears? Hypothesis. Could it be a shift in the light spectrum? Suppose this moon is too shy to show us its face. I'm interested in your playful moon. Is it much like its violent friend, Hollow's lantern? Imagine if there were 2 volcanic moons.
Yeah, that would,
Then I imagine there'd be none of us left.
that.
Hypothesis. There can exist too much lava. I'd strongly prefer we test the null hypothesis. This moon isn't volcanic to my unaided eyes. Sometimes it leaves its friend Hollow's lantern for nights at a time. The nights the moon circles this planet appear random. It seems to travel as it likes.
Yeah. Time grows late. Curious why they built this here at the North Pole. Also, icy rivers? Something like that? Nope, liquid rivers. So I should use it on this planet. Okay. Where... Something went wrong very quickly. Okay. Can I quickly get to the Tower of Quantum Knowledge? I'm also noticing the very circular arrangement of rocks around this thing. Interesting. What priority have I translated these? Yes. Or at least not of much consequence. Many rooms. I do not like the many rooms. Oh, nope. The tower appears to have been removed.
If you equip your single scope and look up, I think.
I'm sure. Where's the white hole?
To your right. Left. Oh no, sorry, that is not the white hole.
Nope, it's a supernova or something like that. That's home.
Down maybe?
There.
Yep, there it is.
Some 13 kilometers away.
Well, the
Yeah.
return warp is charged.
That's true. And I think has oxygen. Let's see if I can safely get there. Warp,
Might be an idea to grab the jetpack refuel.
That
before you
was
jump
my
through.
intent. Is there a limit to how much fuel you can get out of each of those?
I don't believe so.
Have I read this?
Yes,
Yes.
just not in this loop.
Yes, obviously.
Airlock is up the top.
Of course it is. Should I stop this turning? Yep. Gently hit. Alright. Where are you? There. More or less. Yes. Oh! Velocity match was not fast enough. Oh, that's such a good shot. Is there artificial gravity in this place? Let's not get over fast as I try and get inside. This thing seems to have survived remarkably well for having fallen through a black hole. Oh yes, it is, I believe, artificial gravity bits. Yep.
Be welcomed in this place. Above you stands the Tower of Quantum Knowledge.
Sorry, I just want to prove it wrong.
If you are making your first pilgrimage to the Quantum Moon, ascend these stairs and obtain the last of the knowledge you need for your journey.
Already been to the Quantum Moon. Now the mildly disconcerting fact that I am looking the wrong way. I'm also curious, what are these rings? Yep. Recoil, that is intense. Huh.
So I will
I don't
also
think there's
point out.
any way to get here other than by doing this.
Yes. Most people make their way to the Tower of Quantum Knowledge and then get stuck there for quite a while, going, "I can't get up this gap. I will try to figure it out later," and then at some point either make the connection that they can get to it after it goes through the hole, or are standing in it when it goes through the hole and not in an enclosed space, so they don't die immediately.
Very cool. I have gone the wrong way, haven't I?
Yes.
Let's go back.
You will also not have enough time to read everything before the supernova comes.
No, of course I don't. But I can at least see interestingness.
Welcome, Solanum. Your arrival here means you've completed your preparations on Giant's Deep and are ready to depart for the Quantum Moon.
Sure.
On your pilgrimage, the Quantum Moon will carry you, just as it carried me and many in our clan before me, to the Moon's sixth and most secret location. You'll be aided in your pilgrimage by the shrine our clan built on the Quantum Moon. But remember this final rule. To explore the sixth location, the shrine must be on the Moon's north pole. Be curious on your journey.
I will be. Zips goes thoroughly boom.
Yes. There is a couple more things here, some scrolls sitting in bookcases and such that you'll probably want to come back and read.
Oh yeah, I will. But it's a little hard to read at the moment.
Yes.
Wouldn't mind going to the high energy lab first.
Yeah. You may also want to restart your game if you're still getting dropped frames.
Yes, thank you. Little Hollow is an interesting one to explore.
Yes.
Still haven't been to Dark Bramble yet.
No.
Really interesting. Anyway, I will pause that for a little bit as I reboot the game, because complex physics simulation kind of eats away at memory over time, as it seems.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, and one other just piece of trivia while you're restarting. The waking up sequence actually serves triple duty, because while you're blinking as you're waking up, the Quantum Moon
gets
shifts
randomized
every time you blink. Yes, and sometimes it ends up directly in between you and Giant's Deep and then disappears.
Oh, cool. I wouldn't have even thought to look for that.
Yeah, it's this very rare chance of happening, but whenever it does. It's just a massive plot hook of like, go look here. This is something weird.
Hey, look, this moon that you've never noticed before. What are you talking about? There's nothing here.
Exactly.
I like it. Ah. I really like the little planet thing on the loading screen.
Yes.
So yes, I think I want to try and get to the high energy lab while it is still low tide.
Yeah.
I think that's a reasonable enough term for it. Low tide.
Well, I mean, the sand pillar uses the exact same system as the geysers do, so it's not inaccurate.
Yeah.
Which, incidentally, the exact same system that the also, yeah, same system, slightly different implementation as the cyclones on Giant Steam.
Good.
And the sand growing and shifting is actually just two spheres that one's growing and the
Oh
other's
yeah,
shrinking.
I very much noticed that.
Yes.
Because
They've
of
done
course
a
that's
bunch.
the easy way to do it. Why would you
Yeah,
do it
there's a
any other way?
bunch. There's a bunch of little visual tricks they've done to make it look a little bit more organic than that, by having like the surface not be completely smooth and like shifting around a bit as it's rising.
Yeah.
But yeah, why do things the hard way when you can just slap a fancy texture on a sphere?
Yeah. Spheres really easy to program. Alright, so... That was a little faster than I was comfortable with, but not by enough. That is the... Nope. That's the... Not slam myself too hard into the ground. I would like... Sorry, no. I would be impressed by an integration with the eye tracker so that things like that can work by the eye tracker rather than the cursor.
Yes.
And I need to wait for this to have the sand climb. Okay, actually do it. So a little further.
Also, it would also make well, depending on how the integration works, would make, I don't know if I'd say easier or harder, but it'd definitely make the quantum puzzles interesting, because you'd have to force yourself to not blink.
Yes. It doesn't detect blinking terribly well, but actually more in that when you blink it makes the tracker go a little bit all over the place. I cannot reasonably get through there without sand being in not the location it is. That was not my intent. Can I get that through? No, I cannot.
Yeah, the falling sand has a lot of velocity behind it.
Apparently. So I'm assuming it is possible to force my way through there. What I'm not assuming is that it is reasonable.
Yeah. And this is
Speedrunners
also
do
the same
speedruns.
cave that leads to the anglerfish fossil, just slightly lower down.
Yeah, I figured.
So this section of it you hadn't explored yet, though, so worth checking out.
Also, worth doing is making sure I've got a view on what's happening.
Yep.
So that I don't lose time too badly.
Yes.
What is you?
There we go. That's the broken door you found earlier. That
Nice.
basically allows you to get back to the main area quickly after traveling through the Stepping Stone Cave if you haven't been made aware of the anglerfish halfway yet.
Yeah, right. Right. Time seems about right, I hope. No, because I need to get a good bit higher before I can actually do it, don't I?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I can't
And
wait too long, otherwise
the
I won't be able to
ceiling's fairly high here, so you do have a decent window once it does get to that point.
Yeah, I need to make sure I can get through that arch, though.
Yes.
Lots of interconnectedness.
Yes. So you may want to head back down now.
Yes, that was my plan. Mildly misjudged her. Yep. Don't prick myself again. Nope. Let's go this way. I don't know. Why can't they just have the thing go on the right path? Also, that's very much appreciating that the scout gets caught up in the gravity well as well.
Yes.
And very much appreciating that this place is a lot higher. Let's make sure I don't fling myself into ghost matter, because that will kill me. Which is not a good effort.
Yeah, so that was the entrance that you found your first time that was blocked off.
Yeah. Such a wonderfully useful doorway.
Yes.
Elevator shaft that isn't.
Nice.
I can fly good. I usually don't, but I can. What is that activated, I wonder? Vital what? Let's read this one first.
Records show Nomai arriving at the warp receiver in Brittle Hollow, very slightly before departing from the Whitehall station. Raimi and I are devising an experiment to test if it is a real phenomenon or simple machine error. In theory, what we want to try to reproduce is a negative amount of time elapsing between something entering the black hole and exiting the white hole at its destination. Initial things first. Our experiment setup will first pair a small black hole core with a small white hole core to mimic the setup on the white hole station. Hypothesis. It is possible for an object to exit a white hole before entering the corresponding black hole.
Sounds like a great plan that definitely can't cause issues.
An update. Our experiment here reproduced the anomaly in arrival and departure times, but Pi is unconvinced it's more than an equipment error. I hope to strengthen the effect to render it visible to the unaided eyes.
Careful doing that, you might blow up a sun.
To that end, we've decided to try adding more energy. I imagine the Sunless City's energy supply should prove sufficient. Of note, Remy, Yarrow requests that we let him know before we reroute energy to the experiment. I'd hate to leave him in the dark.
Puns.
All available energy has been rerouted from the city to our experiment. Remy and I are about to run a new test. Hypothesis confirmed! Hypothesis confirmed! I saw it! Pi saw it! Hypothesis confirmed!
Oh,
This is
no.
beyond extraordinary! This changes everything! What a beautiful day for the intersection of abstract theory and practical application!
Nerds. Is this not down here? Yeah. Oh! They're little black holes and white holes. That's what they've always been. We've just never known what it must mean. Curious. Sure, that's part of the experimental setup. Alright, what do you do? Nothing bad, I'm sure. Let's grab you. Yep, put you there. Let's grab you. Put you there.
Yes.
Yeah, duplicate signal for a little bit. I love that it also messes with the HUD,
Yes.
which means the HUD isn't... Sorry, either the HUD is a real hologram, effectively, that's being projected by the thing and then received by the local system, or it's the local system is figuring out the actual visual field that it's seeing and then projecting it relative to that. Either way, weird. Just interesting choice. What happens if I put an empty one in? So, there. Yeah, pretty good. What happens if I put 2 black holes in? Good. Nothing insane. Black hole. And try 2 black holes. Yeah, good. Again? I wonder if there's somewhere to put the warp cores somewhere else.
Oh, and so the big switch coming from the power column, that is obviously rerouting power. If you run the experiment without the power rerouted, it's less visible, as mentioned in their notes.
Sure. I appreciate that. Are they visibly different sizes with or without the extra power?
Oh, they might be.
Let's screenshot. Actually, also, relative size. Yeah, about the lower half of the mouse icon. Oop. Lower gravity than I was expecting. Let's redirect the power. No, about the same size.
What?
Disappointing. There was an opportunity for something there that very few people would ever have had a reason to notice. And I just am reminded that the sand is probably rising inexorably towards me, and I should get a move on.
Yeah.
What is this? It is quite the assortment. Let's read first.
The Southern Observatory is asking if creating a 22-minute interval is possible. That is to have something arrive 22 minutes before it is actually sent through the warp.
Interesting. Seeing as that's about the time of the cycles. Why
We've
that
learned a negative
specifically?
interval of oh, sorry.
Why specifically 22 minutes? Unless that's just a translation of something like half an hour. But whatever their half an hour is 22 minutes.
We've learned a negative interval of time between departure and arrival can be increased by adding more energy to the warp core. Problematically, the energy required to extend the interval increases at an exponential rate.
So something like the sun station, which is potentially system ending, might have something to do with that.
Hypothesis. Creating a 22-minute long interval is possible, but we are currently unable to generate the necessary energy. Remy and I believe it would be necessary to invent a new method of producing energy, a thrilling but enormous undertaking. It would also require advanced warp technology able to handle such energy.
Advanced warp technology to even handle the yeah.
We would also likely need an enormous space to fit these proposed new energy and warp technologies together. The only location large enough would be Ash Twin.
Hey, now we're getting something.
The energy is currently unavailable, you say? You're a gas, pie. My pun was unintended, Remy, so I believe it's you who's aeroform.
Currently unavailable. Other scroll over here. What does you say?
The Ash Twin project will be one of our biggest undertakings, metaphorically and physically. To build it, we need a way to travel quickly between Ash Twin and each location that holds crucial project materials.
That'll be those.
What if we use warp towers, like the one we have on the White Hole station, to connect Ash Twin directly to each critical location?
Yeah, sounds like something that could be reasonable.
Poke, Root, and I can begin work on this immediately in the Black Hole Forge. This will keep us busy.
Is the Black Hole Forge somewhere I've been yet?
Yes, for about 5 seconds.
That'll be the point on Brittle Hollow that I promptly fell out of. Yeah.
Of note, each tower on Ash Twin will warp to a different planet. My gratitude to those who noted my imprecise language. Yes, the sun is not a planet. I believe this has been sufficiently clarified. Kindly stop reminding me. We can design each tower to visually reflect its warp destination.
Yeah, fair. I just want to quickly warp, way to travel quickly between each location that holds crucial project materials. Critical location presumably includes the sun. Yes, the sun is not a planet. That is an important distinction.
The giant steep tower, for instance, could resemble a cyclone, and we could model the timber half tower after a geyser mountain.
So, that's the twins. Yeah. Ash and Ember twin. The sun. I want to figure out where that one sends me. That's cool. Which one is this going to be then? Is that the Geyser Mountain or the Cyclone? That'll be the Cyclone. Cosmopolitan, and what then is that? I suppose if that's the Whitehall project, potentially?
Well, the process of elimination. What hasn't been accounted for yet?
Yeah. Also, Brittle Hollow. Is there a location on Brittle Hollow it goes to? Yes, the Black Hole Forge. Ah, much to explore from there. Presumably then as well, the especially for speedruns, Ash Twin would be the most useful place to go every time. Yeah, the sand rises, I've got plenty of time though.
Yes. And then there's the broken door. Now, I will say, before you leave, there is one more Easter egg in here that you can do. And looking at the time, I'm going to need to head off soon anyway.
Yeah.
So, if you would like to head back to the experiment bay,
Yes.
then... So, I'll see if you can figure it out on your own first. So, if you've got this experiment set up where an object emerges object emerges before it actually goes in, what can you do with that?
Oh, so much, I'm sure. Can I try and get it to hit itself, basically? Wrong side. Let's try it. Right. Nope, that's not going to do anything. What else might there be? Sequel potentially being weird. Nothing we'll do about that. Any controls I'm forgetting that I have access to? I've got the scout launcher, the signal scope. Yeah, the map's not going to help me.
Yeah, you do need to be careful not to tunnel vision too much. Yeah.
Yes. I do want to stand. I would like to know.
Okay, so I'll very quickly, because you're going to be out of time, fire the scout at the black hole and then remove the core.
No, ran out of time.
Ah.
My timing was off. Anyway, I will attempt that next time.
Yeah.
Also, do
yeah,
those accept the things? Because they're the same. No. Same design, just not suitable.
Yep. So, unless there was something you wanted to do with the remainder of this loop, I do have time if you want to meditate and then come back to see the Easter egg.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Close my eyes, meditate, and wait for it all to go kaboom.
Yes.
I can't get into that place without waiting for time.
No.
But I can investigate other things in the meantime.
Yes.
I don't suppose I can remove the warp cores from any of the target points.
Not from the regular platforms. They're sealed in pretty tight. And then you also actually have one inside your scout, which is how it gets recalled back. And another one inside the model ship.
Sorry, the where
It's
exactly
on
was
the
it?
underside, I believe.
Which I cannot
Or-
readily see from here.
Yeah, either that or it was like dismantled and then put together inside it. But there was an exhibit in the museum talking about it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very interesting position that we have here because you've got a species that they haven't developed anti-grav and reality warping, but they found artifacts from a previous civilization that did, and their local gravity is weak enough that they can achieve escape velocity very quickly. So they became space capable with a lot of very advanced tools, while still making spaceships mostly out of wood.
Yes. Aided, of course, by the fact that plants are insane.
Yes.
Around. Ooh, what is
Yeah,
you?
that is the window of the Eye Shrine.
I've got my spacesuit on. I have to make a point of checking that. Can't see through it from this side, I notice.
Yeah, all the glass is one way,
Yeah, ship as
which
well.
yeah,
Hey, processing.
saves on rendering. Yeah, saves on rendering, and also hides secrets until you can actually get into the areas.
Yep. Sun station I see there. I'm not gonna try for that just yet. It's a very interesting bits around about.
Yeah.
Crash into anything, as I then immediately start to crash into things. Is there anything in the canyon that I've missed?
Um,
You're not quite
not
sure.
to my knowledge. There's more stuff underground in the northern hemisphere,
Oh yes,
I believe.
there was a cave of some description that I'm aware of. Operations Cave Shard. I never actually investigated
Yep.
too closely.
Yep. Although if you want to get back to the high energy lab,
I need to
you
go
don't
pretty
have
quick.
time to go for that. Yeah.
Yep. Where was Gravity Cave?
Head towards the energy lab, and
You?
at this point, just keep orbiting, and you'll get there eventually.
You're right here. Yep, let's land a little more securely. I don't want to lose my ship in the meantime. And now you can go down. Da-da-da-da. Hope I haven't missed my opportunity.
Flashlight is off. Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not like I need the
Should be
lights.
able to. Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah.
like for this, which shouldn't be too long.
Yes.
But lots
But
of
yes,
things, lots of very interesting.
Yeah, I did. After checking out the quantum stuff on this planet is definitely a good course of action to take after this.
Yeah. Hopefully I don't miss it for the sand, because I think that's what got me last time I was doing that, which was a while
Yes.
ago. And I know an awful lot more about the quantum now. Boy. Yeah, that did not work. Yeah. punch myself in the face with another one. Okay.
Yeah.
Note to self, don't do that again.
Yes.
Wait for the bridge to form naturally, and be patient about it. Oh, it's down.
Yes. So
Much
you're currently inside the bridge that goes from the high energy lab across the equator.
Yes, I noticed that last time I was doing it. Can I just... Can, assuming I don't miss.
Yeah, if you stand in the doorway and go straight up, should be fine.
Good.
Here we go.
In with you. And you. Open the shutters. And redirect all of the city's energy. Because they're not using it. So it's Easter egg. In a position where I can grab that nice and easy. You destroy the Vermigus first time. I appreciate the music. Time loop, destroy fabric of reality.
Uh,
Load previous save.
yes. And
Yeah.
it goes by a bit fast in the credits, but all of the job descriptions have been replaced with various funny variations and stuff. Some of the more notable ones include "Don't build a game on spheres." A couple of other funny ones.
Anyway,
in the thanks to other people section, there's someone complaining about having to center and space the credits properly. Just a bunch of fun Easter eggs all throughout that the terrible fate credit sequence.
Yeah, okay. Well, good thing is it's recorded so I can go back and actually watch it in slow-mo.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. I wasn't expecting that.
No. Yeah, that
something
is where I
interesting's
will
happening.
have to finish for
Yes,
tonight.
absolutely. Very amusing. Thank you, Isaac. I will see you next time.
See you next time.